See, let's take what you said now. See, I know I've heard this term so much. Social entrepreneurship. Please tell us in a simple language that it only a teacher can come up with. What is social entrepreneurship?
Yes, thank you very much. So my area of expertise is in social entrepreneurship.
Okay.
And what that simply means is running a business for others.
Okay.
Break it down. Yeah, okay. So for instance, a social entrepreneur is someone who uses business principles to run a business, to run a social business and when they make profit, it does not go back to the individual that is the social entrepreneur, but is plowed back into that business or organization for a social purpose.
Okay.
So, for instance, an example is Dangote. Dangote is an entrepreneur. So he makes so much money and he's the richest man in Africa. But if he was a social entrepreneur, the billions that he makes would not be his own.
Okay.
He would divest it from himself and he would use it to further the social objectives that he had set up. So, for instance, some social entrepreneurs are set up to provide employment to people.
Okay.
So what they do is if they set up a business and it makes a lot of profit, rather than sharing the profit between
himself and other investors, okay,
they use it to employ more people. So that's a social objective.
Okay.
Another social enterprise could be set up to provide healthcare services.
Okay.
So they set up a hospital, maybe they charge a fee or they get commissioned by the clinical commissioning group of a local authority to run health services. When they receive those funds, at the end of the year, they've paid staff, they've covered their overheads, and they have a profit. They say, oh, look, we made £500,000. You know what? Let's go and open another hospital. Or let's treat more people. And that's what social entrepreneurship is about. It's about using profits generated from enterprise for social purposes, for humanitarian purposes. And that's what the social entrepreneur does. So he's very much astute in running a business. He has to do his marketing. Yeah. He has to do every other thing like a businessman. The only difference is that
he doesn't take the profits. Okay. Yeah. Now, so social entrepreneurship, it's not that they are not looking to make money, but the only thing is that when they make money, they plow it back into their social events they want to fund, right?
Yes. Their mission. Yeah, their social purpose and their mission.
That's good. That's good.
So an example is in 1956, our Reverend Father is called Father Arithmetic 3, or, started, he was in Spain. And it was after the Spanish Civil War. And there was so much poverty in the Eta region of Spain.
Yes.
And, he was a Reverend Father, but he said to himself, you know what? How can I address this issue? So he goes and sets up a cooperative called Mondragon. Mondragon started training people in in plumbing, electrical work, in farming, and they set up a cooperative called Mondragon. Today, Mondragon is a global company with a turnover of 14 billion euros.
Wow.
Now, this is social entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
He died, I think, in 1971 or 76. And he didn't die as a billionaire or a multi-millionaire. He had set up an institution, a global company that helped so many people and took people out of poverty. So
Good.
a social enterprise has three bottom lines.
Okay.
Many businesses have one bottom line. They say we want to make money.
Mm.
But a social enterprise has three bottom lines. The
Okay.
first bottom line is they want a social purpose. They have to be doing something to help others. It could be in education, it could be in health, it could be in employability, it could be helping people with disability, whatever it is, they have a social purpose. The next purpose or bottom line they have is that they want to be environmentally sustainable and environmentally
Okay.
friendly. So they have an
Okay.
environmental purpose. It will be very hard to find a social entrepreneur destroying the environment.
Mm.
I mean, you see at the back now, I love this beauty. This is conservation.
Yeah.
You know, I love nature. It'll be very hard to see a social entrepreneur cutting down trees in the Amazon forest and destroying it just because they want to build a ranch, make so much money. They
Mm.
want they want to work in a sustainable way
Yeah.
to make
Okay.
sure that what they're doing is not destroying the environment for the next generation.
Yeah.
And then the third purpose is financial sustainability. They want to make a profit because if they don't make a profit, they will not be able to run their ventures. They will not be able to support or further their objectives.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about social entrepreneurship. And then the other thing I
Good.
want to say before you come in is that